Ladies and gentlemen, so we've just received this character card for Domino in Marvel Contest of Champions, which actually confirms three things. So the first thing it confirms is that Domino is going to be a playable character. The second thing it confirms is that Domino is going to be the champion that is released next Thursday, because the new champion release schedule every 2 weeks, and we had Infinity War Iron Man last week. Nobody knew this week. So yeah, Domino next Thursday is going to be coming as the first of the playable characters with the new Deadpool event, which arrives on Wednesday. And the third thing is that Massacre as well is also going to be a playable character, because there is a synergy with Massacre there. But there's some pretty interesting stuff when it comes to the a little bit of information and character profile that we have here. So let's start off by talking about the abilities here, which seem very, very interesting. So the first thing we have is critical failure. Opponents take energy damage whenever their abilities have a chance to trigger but don't. So this seems like a pretty interesting new mechanic, and some of the scenarios that I'm thinking of here is like when magic gets pushed over a bar of power, when you like dash back on Dormammu and like, you know, are supposed to trigger a degeneration but you don't trigger it. If you like get Cable over a bar of power and he doesn't trigger like his power gain or regeneration, they're going to take a huge amount of energy damage then. Like, I'm very, very curious. That seems like it can have multiple scenarios that are relevant to very, very annoying defenders as well, potentially evade champions. I'm not exactly sure the full description of this ability yet, but there are a lot of scenarios, especially against the really, really annoying characters, where this could prove to be something that is very, very useful, but also equally it could make Domino a very, very annoying defender. It depends how frequent this critical failure ability is there. And then we also have luck, which we're not really too sure what that is. I assume it's probably tied into her effects applying or getting critical hits. And then she has critical bleed and critical damage. So yeah, it looks like Domino is going to be a pretty crit heavy champion. It's got some interesting stuff going on there. But then we have a look at the synergy bonuses, and it looks like kind of you know, with various new characters that we've seen, it looks like certain team synergies are emerging. There's been a lot of stuff in the past with like Thor Ragnarok, Hela, Loki, Classic Hulk, kind of forming together to make an what is it, Asgardians team synergy, but it looks like there's going to be a bit of a Deadpool X-Force synergy going on with Domino, Classic Deadpool, Cable, Massacre, and also Deadpool X-Force. So also the fact that she's a synergy with OG Deadpool maybe hints as well that we are going to see some sort of Deadpool offer or Deadpool Arena next month. But one thing can be assured, ladies and gentlemen, that it is going to be ridiculous in terms of the cost or time invested, whatever it turns out to be. So the first synergy is 6-pack with Deadpool. So Domino deals more damage against champions that aren't female or robots, and Deadpool has a chance to stun them. So yeah, a bit of an interesting one there. Adds a bit more utility to the classic Deadpool as well. And next up we have, it's complicated with Cable. So Domino starts the fight with either Lucky or Unlucky active. Hopefully Lucky by the sounds of it. And Cable gains armor and also power rate. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting one, because Cable is a champion that benefits significantly from increased power gain, because it gives him more opportunities at regeneration and more opportunities at more power gain as well. So yeah, that could be quite good for Cable there. And then we have Mercs for money with Massacre. So Domino's debuffs last longer, and Massacre recovers ignition charges when ignited expires. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting one there with Massacre. So Massacre, if you're not too familiar with the character, is kind of a Mexican priest that was inspired by Deadpool, and he's got like machetes, a shotgun, and I believe Molotov cocktails as well in his kind of arsenal of weapons. I just did a very a bit of light reading on the character, but he does seem pretty interesting, man. But I really want to see like a red suit movie version of Deadpool with like some badass kitted out abilities, but it doesn't look like we're going to see that next month, ladies and gentlemen. And then finally we have X-Force with Deadpool. Domino's well-timed blocks increase her lucky chance, and Deadpool X-Force deals more bleed damage. Is it enough bleed damage to make Deadpool X-Force a viable character though? It's going to have to be a crap ton of bleed damage for that, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm interested to see. Also, Massacre, I believe, is going to bring in additional synergies for both Deadpool X-Force and Cable, potentially. I feel like they're going to make it so all the characters kind of stick together. So yeah, we're gonna have to see about this one, ladies and gentlemen. But overall, I'm hyped for Domino. She seems like a pretty interesting character. I love Domino in Deadpool too. They kind of went for the comic book version, which to me, I don't know much about comic book Domino, but when I first saw her, I was like, oh, she kind of looks like a bit of a blue and grey Harley Quinn. That's just what I think looking at her model. But she looks like she's going to be a pretty interesting character, and I really do like the premise of Domino's abilities. So yeah, we're going to have to see, ladies and gentlemen, if she turns out to be a super badass character. So Domino is going to be a mutant character, as confirmed by this. It is very likely, considering Massacre in the comic books doesn't have any powers, that he's going to be a skill character. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have another mutant and another skill character, which should be interesting there. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of Domino? Hopefully we can get some full early data mined abilities sometime early next week. That'd be super awesome. But at the very worst case scenario, we're going to be able to have a look at the abilities for Massacre and Domino when the Deadpool event is released next Wednesday. Yeah, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of Domino in the comment section below. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching, take care, and have an absolutely fantastic day.